ProGold XP Online Tutorial. Topic 12. Processing Payroll. Prerequisites. Topic 11. The previous topic discussed the setup of the Payroll tab. During this topic, we will focus on the calculating and processing of employee payroll. Payroll reports will be discussed as well. Calculating time cards. In the Payroll tab, make sure that your starting balances have been entered and the employees are set up, as covered in the previous topic. Click on Create Payroll Entries and a search screen will appear. This allows you to select certain types of employees to create the payroll for. Pay special attention to the checkbox in the bottom left corner. The Clear Previous Time Cards option prompts ProGold to delete the time cards from past pay periods and should always be checked. Also make sure that the date field in the bottom right corner has the correct ending date for this payroll period. Once the options are set, click Create Payroll to access the first blank time card. In the upper right corner, click Calculate Time Card. This brings in the employee's wages and any deductions that were set up in their profile. For the hourly employees, the default number of hours will be used to calculate the gross pay. Change the hours worked if the employee worked more or less time, and ProGold will recalculate the deductions based on the new gross pay. Also verify the deductions and make any changes that are necessary for this pay period. To move to the next employee, click on the right red arrow in the upper right corner of the screen. The time card for the next employee will appear and the same steps apply. If you are not creating a payroll for this employee during this pay period, then move on to the next employee. If you accidentally calculated the time card for this employee by mistake, click the Skip Employee option in the lower left corner. Once all the employee time cards are created, click Close in the bottom right corner to return to the main menu. If changes need to be made to any of the time cards before the checks are cut, they are stored in the Modify Payroll Entries option. Click on that option and you will be able to access the time cards. Do not click on the Create Payroll Entries again, or it will clear out the time cards you already created. Also, the Pending Payroll Report allows you to see a printout of how the payroll will look by employee. The information that is shown on the report will also be shown on the check stub of the payroll check. Processing Payroll Checks. When you are ready to cut the payroll checks, click on Process Payroll Checks. A warning will appear asking if you would like to continue. Click Yes. The next box verifies the posting date of the payroll monies to the general ledger. Enter the date that the employees are actually being paid on and click Continue. The payroll check number verification screen shows you the next check number that should be used, but you can change it on this screen if needed. There is a Prompt Next checkbox that will allow you to change the check numbers for all the payroll checks that will be printed. If you do not select that option, the system will create the checks with sequential check numbers. When ProGold asks, "Do you wish to create deduction checks?" answer no, unless you would like ProGold to physically write the checks for the tax deduction that were taken from the payroll process today. The check writer screen will then appear and show the last check that was created. Verify the check numbers that need to be printed and click the Print button at the bottom of the screen. From the print screen, select the option to print by check number range if you have checks in sequential order. ProGold will print all of the checks in the range you enter. You can also have ProGold print just the checks shown. Payroll checks can be voided from the screen if there was a mistake or the check needs to be recut. In the bottom left area is a checkbox for Void that will void the current check when selected. When a payroll check is voided, a screen appears to notify you that voiding a payroll check reverses the payroll and deletes the general ledger entries. If the check was never physically cut for this number, then you can delete the check and reuse this check number again. To post checks to the general ledger, click the Post button at the bottom of the check writer. This will open the batch posting screen and allow you to post the checks that were just written. Select the items that need to be posted and click Post Selected Transactions. ProGold will update the general ledger with the transactions. Clicking Done will close the batch posting screen and return you to the main menu. Reports. Click click on Payroll Reports in the bottom left area to view different reports for managing employee payroll. At the bottom of the report list is the payroll register. Make sure to run this report using the same dates that were used for cutting the payroll checks. This will show details for all the employees that had payroll processed for that date or date range. Each employee will be on their own page, and the report shows what deductions were taken out and the check number that was used to cut the payroll. Any voided entries will not appear on this report. The Employee Deductions by Employee report will show you by date range the gross pay and the different deductions that were taken from each employee during the time frame you selected. There is also the FICA report that will show you the total of taxes that were taken out of the employee's pay. This is only the employee contribution. As the employer matches the funds, the total amount paid to the government is double what is shown on this report. The Employee W-2 form prints the W-2s for the payroll employees. It is printed in January, and this report will not be available to print until you run the first payroll of the new year. When you run the first payroll of the new year, ProGold asks if you would like to archive your data, which prepares it for the W-2 printing. An Employer 941 report shows the total amount of all FICA and federal taxes. In the payroll reports, you will also find 4 reports for the agent 1099s. The 1099 information is calculated and kept in Work with Properties, but the summary report and 1099 forms are located in the payroll report category. Click Done in the bottom right corner to close the Reports menu. After covering topics 11 and 12, the Payroll tab is now set up and ready for processing employee payroll. For any questions, please contact Taro's Enhancement Help Net at support@taronetwork.com.